about some recent Love After Lockup updates. There's been so much that's been going on this past week. I'm a little behind on my updates videos, so we may have to make this like a two-parter. But let's first talk about Keith. So Keith was arrested once again on November 20th after being arrested not even a few weeks before that on multiple drug charges. He was arrested and he had two bonds, a $10,000 cash only bond and a $50,000 cash only bond, but somehow he was able to post bond and bond out of jail the next day. So Letitia did do a interview, well, not an interview, but she did share like a voice memo with Jay and Mika. They are a couple that covers like Love After Lockup and some other reality shows. And Letitia revealed that she went to the chiropractor with Keith and they both had appointments. She went in for her appointment, and then when she came out, she noticed there's all these cops outside the building, and she's like, man, I live in a bougie area. So she knew immediately that the cops were likely there for her Keith. Keith was surrounded by officers. They arrested him and they took him into custody where he later bonded out. And I did have one of Keith's former, not cellmates, but this guy was 4 cells down from Keith in prison for a long time. And he claims that Keith was balling in prison because he was selling spice like he got busted doing a few weeks ago. And that's not the only person who got in trouble with spice allegedly recently. So Arthur revealed that he lost his privileges to send out letters in prison. He said, I just want to say I appreciate all of my supporters. If by any chance you have been trying to contact me and I haven't answered, it's because my privileges to write to anyone has been suspended for the next 2 years. Continue to keep me in your prayers. And I'm like, man, that is pretty serious. One of the women that was talking to Arthur before he lost his privileges reached out to me, and this is what they said. They said Arthur lost his writing privileges because he got caught with K2, and where he's at, they have new rules where if caught with any contraband, you lose tablets, so you can't listen to music, you can't watch movies, you can't have phone calls or e-messaging for 2 years, and any non-family member gets removed from your visitation list for 2 years, and his parole got pushed back a year. For those of you guys who haven't been keeping up, Arthur was sentenced to 12 years in prison after he caught multiple firearm charges after being on the show. And now his parole is pushed back another year, and he doesn't have a tablet for the next 2 years or can't have any non-family visits. I mean, that's a lot of time to really sit down and think about what you did, but it seems a little excessive. And he did make a post and he said that he is not single, but he still wants people to reach out and write him, so he's looking for like friends right now. And then Brooke and Bonnie are back on good terms, and JK is out here living his best filtered life. I swear to God, every picture JK posts, he has this same filter on. Like, there's nothing wrong with using a filter, but JK literally uses the same filter for every single picture. He is the filter king. And so is Brooke. She uses the same filter he does in almost every picture. And a Reddit user found Dylan's dating profile. It says that he's a creative soul with rhythm in my blood and purpose in my heart. He's 35 years old, he's straight, and he's been, I don't know, been kind of paranoid on Facebook. He said since at least May of 2023, when I complained about my devices being hacked, I was for sure correct. Can someone help me verify that the fact that this IP gateway address that is showing on the OMG cable web console as well on my device across the multiple locations and networks, both at my home and other places I frequently visit? It shows that there has been a security breach. And some people are pointing out, look, the different IP addresses it's bringing up may be like public Wi-Fi that you may be using when you're out and about. So he shows all these different screenshots. I really don't understand the computer lingo, so I'm not even going to try to decode it for you. But he tried to explain it in technical terms, what everything says. If you guys want to read it all, you guys can pause and read it. He says this is the technical breakdown. he goes on and shows that there's too many devices. It shows that there's a relay routing DNS. It says, you know, you guys can just read it. I'm not even going to try to read all. He asked other people to type in the IP addresses for themselves to see. And it just seems like he's like really assuming that either someone hacked his device or maybe like the feds are watching him through his devices. And he then posted and said, does anyone know how Wi-Fi pineapple OMG cables or phone mirroring is detected? My social media accounts, emails, and Wi-Fi seem to be compromised. My access to my own data as well as help has been restricted by a group of individuals who are close to me. I need some help trying to make sure that me and my family are safe. And then he said, remember when I said that there are people conspiring against me? Well, here I go again. I just want to make a public statement before something happens to me, just like something happened to my aunt alone in Denver, with none of us at her funeral and just a blank obituary site to be remembered by. And someone said, praying for you, Dylan, but don't let Heather's paranoia rub off on you. And that's the thing, you know, when you use drugs for years, it does so much damage to your brain that it can make you become psychotic and have all this paranoia like he's having right now. And then Deontay, he posted and he said, it's crazy how people quickly forget things sometimes. Anything to make me look evil. And I think he's talking about my video because I did point out that his Facebook status said he was in a relationship since, I think it said March of 2022. So I was like, damn, okay, this was with Addie. That means he was with Addie before she turned 18. But he claims he just never updated his Facebook status. He claims back then, I think he said he was with Cece. But he says, now my dating timeline is a thing now. It's literally still all out there on the internet for the world to see. I was definitely still dating Lindsay at the start of 2022. And then a woman named Cece the rest of the year. Then into the beginning of 2023, look it up, it's all there. Then from mid-2023 into early 2024, after that relationship fizzled out, I went into an on and off again relationship with my ex, Nicole, friends with benefits relationship, which I got dragged to hell for when I posted all that, plus a side trip to Brazil with a Brazilian woman squeezed in there in December of that year. Damn, Deontay was getting a lot of action those few years. I remember all those people, but I just forgot like how they're all just like back to back like that. And then he says, and then I got dragged to hell for messing with Nicole, then the Brazilian woman, and then all the way up until February 2024, enter my current baby mama. It's literally as simple as that. I'm not who you people want me to be, but I get it. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching.